What is up, guys? It's your boy Humphrey the Peach, and today I finally bring you the one and only, long-awaited Boku no Pico episode 3 review. Now, I know what you all might be saying. Gibbs, this video has been promised to us a long time ago. And to that I say, yeah, I'm sorry. Alright? But, you've all been waiting for a hentai review about some weird shit that happens, and this review is made by a shitty 16-year-old who's even shittier at making videos. But with that out of the way, let us begin at the beginning with Boku no Pico episode 3. So before we get into the story, let's first talk about the main cast of characters. We of course have Pico, the original, the OG, Chico, the newbie from episode 2, and a newcomer called Coco. Yes, it was Coco. And, yeah, these are the new characters, and these are really the only 3 characters that come out through the whole episode. This episode takes place in Tokyo City and is vastly different from all the other ones. So this one begins with Pico and Chico trying to meet each other in the city, asking each other for directions, as they try to find each other in a vastly large city. Of course, Chico is kind of an idiot, and when asked for any directions or landmarks, he says, "Oh, there's a dog that I drew eyebrows on," or "there's a sports car," being a complete idiot. But then a power outage happens, and that's when Pico sets his eyes on Coco, as Coco is about to do a dive off of a diving board. Of course, after witnessing this, Pico wants to know who it is, and not long after, him and Chico end up finding each other and going to the amusement park. But Coco can't stop thinking about Coco. Eventually, Coco ends up appearing behind them at the amusement park, and he notices that Pico has a lot of pins, and he's like, "Do you mind if I get one of those pins?" And Pico of course says, "Oh yeah, for sure." But then Coco's like, "Let me get some more so that way they won't feel so lonely," and takes more. They end up deciding that Coco's a pretty cool person, so they're like, "Hey, we don't really got nowhere to stay," or something like that, and they decide to go with Coco, and they start walking through the train tracks to Coco's home, which is apparently an abandoned maintenance shed or some shit like that in the subway system. And they love it there. They're like, "Wow, there's snacks and everything," because it's basically a child haven, and of course they're children still, which makes this all the worse to watch. But anyway, that's not the point. So as they're there, they end up going to sleep after enjoying themselves, and then Coco starts masturbating. But unbeknownst to his knowledge, Pico had woken up that night and decided to go spy on Coco. Eventually, Coco notices and invites Pico in for a little one-on-one action, and they end up doing a 6-9. The next day comes and they decide that they want to go out. So of course, there's a little montage of them trying on different clothes as they go out and explore Tokyo, Japan. But as they're exploring, they're having a grand old time, talking about fairies and whatnot. And Coco, she seems a bit strange. She's letting on that she knows more than she should. But of course, the main cast doesn't realize this, and they just continue going on with her. Eventually, they end up returning, and as the night comes down, Chico is now having fun with Coco per se, and Pico is of course butthurt about this. So of course the next day when they're out to go explore Tokyo, Pico is all kind of butthurt about it, and Coco realizes that, he saw all this and decides that he's gonna leave, and the other 2 characters feel bad, and they try to look for Coco. And eventually they go back to the train station, but every trace of her was removed. So, of course, they end up going to Tokyo Tower because that's where they thought they will see the ferry of Japan, and they see Coco there, and they apologize. And all of them, and I mean every single one of them, all three of them, take off all their clothes and put their dicks all up together, forming a perfect triangle, and decide that they're just gonna have a gangbang on top of Tokyo Tower. And one of the last shots we see is their panties flying down. I mean each and every one of their panties. And Pico saying, "Will I see you next time?" Or some shit like that. So, what do I think of it this time? It's still garbage. I wouldn't recommend watching it. But if you want to, that's all up to you. The animation is kind of subpar, as with most hentais. Voice acting is okay, I guess. The story in this one, well, there's more story in this one to begin with, but it's quite confusing, and I will be making a separate video, my fourth video, which is just an analysis of the series as a whole, and that'll be the series finale for my Boku no Pico reviews. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the fourth episode.